So a couple of weeks ago at the end of training, I got a really sharp pain in my right knee. It was after a leg session. I was at home and it felt like my leg had gone into cramp. It literally took my breath away. I felt it was agony, really sharp, really intense. Luckily, like, my background as a physio sort of gave me a bit more of a thought process as to what could this be, and I sort of rationalised what had gone on. I've got no previous injury. I've never done it before. I've never felt this pain before. I knew that I hadn't done anything aggressive, or I hadn't been a mechanism of injury. There was no trauma. There was no heavy twisting. So I was able to sort of rationalise to myself that, I don't think this is anything too bad, and it's probably just me getting used to the training, or the level of training that I was doing. So over the last couple of weeks, I've just been a little bit more careful with my movement. I've warmed up properly, and now that the pain is completely gone, it hasn't stopped any part of my training. It hasn't impacted on any of my lifts. I've progressed as the plan has said, and basically what I wanted to use this was as a case study of where pain doesn't always equal an injury or a pathology, and sometimes it's disproportionate. And this pain was, like I said, it took my breath away, but after a couple of days of just being careful with it, it's completely gone. So if you're in the business of training like I am, and you're taking on something new, or you're trying a new type of exercise or a new type of program, you're going to get niggles, you're going to get problems. But I understand that for some people this will be quite an unknown and quite scary. So what I would recommend is find a physio that specialises in what you're doing. Okay, physiotherapy is a fantastic profession, and it's full of fantastic people, but the breadth of what we cover is so vast that it covers everything from neurological conditions like those that kindly look after my dad, to the musculoskeletal sports side of things. And what I would recommend is find someone who has either competed or trained or has worked with athletes with what you're doing and has that experience, because in fact, all I would have needed, if I wasn't a physio, I would have just needed reassurance. I'd have just needed someone saying to me, this is absolutely fine, you haven't had a mechanism, you haven't done anything to make this worse, and just keep going, but just be careful. And actually that's what's happened, and I feel great now.